Howdy everybody and welcome back to Coyote's Wrench, and today behind me here we have my brand new 2026 Ford Maverick. We have completed the break-in on this truck. It's at 1,300 miles, a little bit over what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be doing 1,000. But here at the back of the truck, we have all the fluids ready to go. I'll describe them in a minute here of what all we're going over today, and we'll see you at the rear of the truck. All right, here at the back of the truck, we have everything that we're going to need for this break-in fluid change, starting off with the engine oil over here. We got our new filter here. It's going to be an FL910S from Motorcraft. And here for oil, we grabbed some Mobile 0W20 hybrid oil so it can trap and lock the moisture that comes in the engine from it turning off and on all the time. Then here we have our 75 weight gear oil. This will go in our rear differential. Then we have our 75/85 gear oil, which will go in our transfer case. And we have our Mercon ULV, which will go in our electronic CVT transmission. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go get started on the oil change. Alright fellas, now that we're under the car, we're going to remove all these T30 Torx bits that are under here holding the skid plate on so we can access everything underneath. Here you'll find your oil filter on the front of the engine. Let's get on it with a band wrench real quick and just bust it loose. They're them tight from the factory. She's already a little dirty coming out of there. And probably the only Ford oil filter that you'll see that's not Motorcraft. Next we're going to wipe away the base plate, clean all the old oil off of there. There ain't no residue left. I'm going to go ahead and pre-fill the new filter. Here we got our new Motorcraft FL910S filter and our Mobile 1 hybrid oil. Just gonna pre-fill the filter. Just gonna make sure she's all nice and good. All right, she is full. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our pre-filled filter. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stick it on there. Filter off, get it nice and tight. We're gonna go ahead, take our band wrench, give her a good snug quarter turn. All right, there, she's good to go. Next, you'll locate your 15mm drain plug on the engine oil pan, and you will go ahead and bust that loose. There we go, there's all that break-in oil. Also, I did forget that we are also grabbing an oil sample for testing to show how much wear is actually in this break-in. I got a nice oil sample there to send off to the lab. Alright fellas, now here on the top of the engine, we're going to find our dipstick here. I'm going to have that pulled out, and then our fill port is right here. Screw that off. Set it to the side. Grab our semi-clean funnel. I tried brake cleaning this. Now we're going to grab our 020. And this engine will take all of this oil here, so we're going to add it fully into here. Now we're going to go ahead and check and make sure the oil is in the safe zone. Wipe it away real quick. And the oil is full in there. Now we're going to go ahead and start the engine for about 10 minutes until I allow the flush oil to work. We're going to go ahead and we're going to drain the oil again, but this time we're going to try to capture what we can into the old bottle. This oil can still be reused, but for the sake of now getting all the heavy metals out, we're just going to pull it out of the engine now and let it settle and filter itself naturally. Should be enough for the flush oil. We're going to go ahead and plug her up. Get the plug up. Alright, and she's good to go. Alright fellas, now after flushing the engine, we're going to go ahead and fill it again. Cap off. Dipstick out. Funnel in. Cap off. Engine specific, it says it calls for 5.7. We only have 5 here at the moment right now, but that could be enough. We'll have to check on the dipstick once we're finished. And she is in the safe zone. Alright, now that we're done here, we're going to move on to the transmission. Alright fellas, you're going to come here onto the left side of the truck. Right here, you're going to find where my finger's pointing right here. You're going to find an H10, that is your fill plug. You're going to want to bust that first before you drain this transmission to make sure that this thing will come off. we go. Try to bring it off by hand. Now you got it almost away. Make sure you have a drip pan ready just in case if there is fluid. Now just let it sit on the edge. Now we're gonna go ahead and now we're gonna pull the drain plug. Right here you're gonna find your 14mm drain bolt. Just grab your 14, stick it on there, bust it loose, not tight at all. That's a good thing or a bad thing from factory being like that. And you let it all drain out. Alright, since it's going to take probably all night to drain all that, the rest of that out, we're just going to plug it up now. Now that most of the harmful debris from the first 1,000 miles is out, bring this down gently but stiffly. Alright, we got our 5 quarts of Mercon ULV, and we're going to need a special tool like this to access that fill port up there, but there is no other way. So let's go ahead and go get her filled. If it's not, always let her drain out until she stops, and we'll seal the plug. Alright, now she's pretty much done draining out of the fill plug. We're going to go ahead and plug her up. Take our hex 10 socket here. Go until snug. There we go. Transmission's done. Alright fellas, now that we're done with the transmission, we're moving on to the transfer case. We're going to take our 7585 and a ratchet with a H8 on it to bust the fill plug off, and then you just use the 3/8 drive to get the drain plug off. But you're going to need one that will fit in there, because there ain't no way this is going to fit. Alright, this one's going to be really hard to see, but there is the fill port right here on the side of the transfer case. We're going to take our H8, we get in here, we're going to bust that loose. After getting that out, we're going to go ahead, we're going to get on this right here, the drain. Take this off. Let that drain out. See, she's pretty dirty with metal in there. Alright fellas, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to plug up the transfer case. Wipe away all the bad material from there, all the bad oil. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go add our new fluid. That's full. Alrighty. She's all full. And now it's just time to plug her when she's finished draining. Hey fellas, just want to make a quick side note of that transfer case. As you saw, not very much fluid came out of it. It was low from factory. So that it just brings the importance of why you do this at 1,000 miles, not only for the break-in of the components of the truck, but also if factory has not measured the fluids correctly on the way in and could cause further harm down the line. I will show a picture of the drain plug with all the debris on it from, you know, lack of fluid and the break-in. But this is not only Ford that does this. We've seen this in other manufacturers that have stolen the shop. So it's like, this is for every car manufacturer, not just Ford. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna cap this off, and we're gonna move on to the rear diff. Alrighty fellas, now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna take a 3/8 extension and ratchet here and get into this recessed drain bolt. They're loosened. Take it off by hand. And look at all that gray mess coming out of there. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and seal her up. And the fill plug location is right here. And I'll crack this open with a 3/8 ratchet. Now that she's full, we're gonna get ready to plug her up. Alright, and she is all sealed up. Alright, lastly fellas, we gotta reinstall the skid plate. I got a few bolts in already, so that I wouldn't struggle with it as bad. But let's get this on here. Alright, she's all finished. Let's get her off the lift. Alright fellas, now to recap everything that we did, we have changed the engine oil, changed transmission fluid, changed transfer case fluid, and have changed the differential fluid. Now, the reason I did these all at 1,300 miles, which I kind of iterated in the beginning of the video, was for the break-in oil changes. Now, it's pretty critical, as you've seen from the transfer case and the rear diff, the amount of debris that has came off those drain plugs when we pulled those out. I don't know if I talked about it during then, I can't remember that far back, but I'll show those now as well if needed, if you guys didn't see them earlier. But they were pretty nasty, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to be rolling on that for the next, 19,000 miles until you service that again. And here we also have motor oil. So this is the motor oil that we pulled out. This is going to the labs in here to be tested for what's all in it. And this thing looks gross for 1,000 miles. You should be seeing oil this dirty until like 2 to 3. But here, as in comparison, we have brand new 0W20 Motorcraft motor oil I picked up at the dealer to have a base oil to work with, so then we can compare it. This one obviously is going to be higher in many things, especially like ring material, bearings, and also anything that had to do with any assembly lube in a factory. So it's just to show that we get these contaminants out with this first 1,000 mile oil change, you know, across the board. But I hope you guys learned something today. Maybe how to take care of your Maverick. Don't take my word or what I showed you, you know, to 100%, because there's no manual out here on it that I can find without paying a load of money for it. So it's like, do your own research, work on your own truck, however you feel is safe, and just be safe with it. But make sure that you get these done either by your dealer, by your local mechanic, or do it yourself. And as hope that you guys take this little learning to do your break-ins at 1,000 miles, and I hope to see y'all in the next video.